Welcome to My Hometown, the program that explores clubs, organizations, businesses, and issues across Nassau and Suffolk counties and sheds light on the different towns that are making a difference.
Hello and welcome to My Hometown. I'm Bill Horan, along with my co-host, Nassau Community College student, Matt Leonard.
Bill, I'm sure you are familiar with the children's song. You know, the wheels on the bus go round and round.
I am. That's enough singing.
You know, and the wipers that go swish, swish, swish.
Yes. I got it, Matt. What's your point?
Well, today I found out before the show that we're going to learn about how the bus system works here in Nassau County, and now I can't get that song out of my head, so I wanted to share the experience with you on the show, Bill.
Well, good luck with that. Today we're going to meet representatives from NICE. That's the Nassau Inter-County Express, and learn how public transportation operates and is here to help all of us. Our guests are Jonathan Feldman, their Director of Planning and Scheduling, and Erika Richards, the Director of Marketing and Communications. Jonathan and Erika, welcome to My Hometown on the voice of Nassau Community College 90.3 WHPC.
Thanks for having us.
Great to be here.
I think we're going to learn a lot today, and anything we can do to keep my co-host quiet, not singing, will be a blessing. Tell us, how would you sum up the NICE bus system for those of us who are not aware of all that you offer?
NICE, as you mentioned, stands for the Nassau Inter-County Express. It's Nassau County's public transit system. We are the largest suburban bus system in the United States, and currently we carry about 80,000 passengers a day. We serve the majority of Nassau County, Western Suffolk, and also Eastern Suffolk and Western Queens.
So, and I've seen that on the back of buses, NICE, when we say NICE. That's the largest system in the country?
Largest suburban system.
Okay, because I was going to say cities, you picture, and maybe I'm out of tune, but you picture that there'd be more buses running around there and more people relying on them. But so that's nice to know we're the largest, something to be proud of.
Absolutely.
Okay, here we go back to Matt.
Thanks, Bill. I'm not going to sing, I promise.
Oh, thank God.
Now, if someone has never taken a ride on the bus, what is the experience like? Let's say, you have to find out the route and the bus you need. They have to go to a marked stop. And what happens when you get on the bus? Let's just, walk through the process of someone that maybe has never used a NICE bus before.
Sure. So we've got a lot of great apps and technology that you can have on your cell phone or if you go on Google. You can put in where you're going from and where you're trying to get to, and it'll give you the suggested journey path. So from the app or from Google Maps, you can understand what bus number you need to go to, what stop, where you can catch the bus, and about how long it'll take. Once you've got the directions, you head out on your way. You can follow along on the app or on the website. And then when you wait, you look for the Nassau Inter-County Express, the NICE bus. It's a big blue and orange sign on the street. You wait there at the bus stop. Sometimes there's a shelter. Sometimes there's a bench as well. The app will tell you in real time how many minutes away the bus is, so you know if it'll be there in 2 minutes or 5 minutes or 10 minutes. Hopefully not too much longer than that. The bus arrives, you'll get on the bus. The doors open, you'll get on the bus, you pay your fare, and have a seat. From there, you just either follow along, look out the window, or on your phone, or on the app to see when your stop is coming. When the bus is getting ready to arrive at your stop, you pull the cord next to the window to let the bus driver know that you want to get off. He or she will come to a stop. You can say thank you and be on your way.
Really, that's so convenient. I am not a bus person. I didn't know about all this. I thought you had to go and there was a schedule. I'm going to analogize it to trains, that you had to go and wait for the bus in, let's say, 10 o'clock, 10:20, 10:40. And I didn't know you could bring it up on the phone and get all that information, etc.
Absolutely. Some of our lines do run like the train every 30 minutes or so, but the majority of our lines and the majority of our bus routes and our customers run every 15 minutes or better. So you don't really need to plan your whole day around it. You can just show up at the stop and a bus should be there in a couple of minutes.
That's fantastic. Now, we're here on Nassau Community College campus. What services do you offer for the students and staff here that they may not know that exist? Because it's a huge campus, and if you're on the other side and if it's either cold weather or adverse weather, it helps a lot to know if the bus is going to be on that side, or you can reduce a little bit of the walking.
I'll jump in right now. We currently have 5 stops located at the campus. We have a stop over on Endo Boulevard on the eastern side of the campus. We have a stop at Bradley Hall. We have a stop at the campus bookstore. And then we have a stop at what we refer to as the gates. That would be right next to the student union, coming in and out. So we serve a vast majority of the campus. We have 3 routes that currently serve the NCC campus directly. And we have a 4th route. While it doesn't come into campus, it makes stops very close to campus on Stewart Avenue, which is just a short walk to get you onto campus. And then also something that's we think is very important is that we also offer Able Ride paratransit service to the campus for individuals who might have mobility issues so that they can also get to school back and forth easily, both students and employees.
Expound on that, because there are a lot of people, and I know I had a co-host who needed that service, and you wouldn't know it if you looked at him. I mean, he looked able-bodied, but he had an eye impediment.
Correct.
So can you tell us a little more about that?
Well, you bring up a very good point. Disabilities are not often visible to you and I, and there's full ranges from cognitive to physical disabilities. We have paratransit service. It's under the NICE umbrella and refer to it as NICE Able Ride service. We currently serve 1,400 trips a day, so there is a great need. We run 7 days a week and 24/7. If someone is interested in using our Able Ride service, we encourage them to apply. If they visit our website at nicebus.com, they can click on the Able Ride tab, and we have a full explanation as to how they can apply and become an Able Ride client. We currently have 8 Able Ride stops across the campus, so it makes it easier to get where they need to go. And what Able Ride clients would do is they go ahead, they need to book their trip 24 hours in advance with a live reservationist, or they can book via our app 2 hours prior, and we will go ahead and drop them off. It is a door-to-door service, so we will pick them up at their home or at an office or wherever they need to be, and then we will drop them off at one of the 8 Able Ride stops on campus.
That's fantastic. I'm learning so much. I'm thinking already almost everything you've said, I had no idea about that goes on with the bus system and the NICE system, and that you can do this with people who need it because of a disability or something. As you say, we might not see it, but there's something about their physical makeup that they can't drive, or they're not allowed to, or they need the benefits of the NICE system.
So I spoke with our staff, and we currently have about 500 employees and students on campus that use our paratransit service right now.
There's 500 students on campus now, currently, just any school year on the average,
Yes.
I'm going to say, that would be using this able-bodied benefit.
Correct.
I would not have guessed that. I would have gotten that question wrong, and I thought it was a much smaller number than that. So really, this is an asset, and it's an asset to a lot of people, and it makes the school available to them.
Absolutely. And something else that's very important is that it's certainly a much more affordable alternative to a taxi or an Uber or
Kind of a
Lyft.
gallon of gas.
Yeah.
These days,
Yeah.
pretty much.
And you don't have to drive. And you don't have to drive.
Correct.
Someone takes you to where you're going, gets you there, and it's their responsibility. You can study, sleep, do whatever you want.
I know that obviously buses are not the only public transit, especially in Nassau County, and that would mean the Long Island Railroad is also an option. But it was brought to my attention that the NICE buses work with the Long Island Railroad. So can you tell us more about the connection between the two?
Sure. So most of our routes connect to one of the Long Island Railroad stations throughout the county. Obviously, the stations that have a lot of train service, like Mineola or Freeport, we connect more lines than some of the other stations. But we have regular communication with the railroad to make sure that our schedules are synced up with the trains. Sometimes they do track work on the weekends, so we will cross honor the fares, so that if somebody can't take the train because the train's not running on Saturday, for example, they can hop on the bus and they don't have to buy a new fare. We'll honor their train ticket. But we have a lot of coordination with the railroad.
You are listening to My Hometown on the voice of Nassau Community College 90.3 WHPC. My name is Matt Leonard along with Bill Horan, and today you are learning about NICE. That's the Nassau Inter-County Express, the buses you see all over Nassau County. Our guests are Jonathan Feldman, the Director of Planning and Scheduling, and Erika Richards, the Director of Marketing and Communications. That's great what you were saying, but honoring the train fare especially because, like I said, buses are not the only public transit on the island, especially the Long Island Railroad is very prominent, and everything working together is just a great way to do it. All being one ecosystem is really just amazing for anyone that uses public transit as a whole.
Absolutely. And one of the great things about our NICE Go Mobile app is that it not only has all of the bus information, but it has the Long Island Railroad information in it too. So you can see when the next train is coming. If you can plot out your entire journey, it'll tell you when to get off the bus and when to get on the train. It's all connected, as you said.
It's all written out for the people, I guess. So, there's no mistakes that can be made. It's all right in front of you. That's amazing.
Very seamless.
And, I was thinking before we came to the show today, who used the bus service, the NICE service, I'm sure there's a vast money saving because I'm thinking when I just pay for insurance on my car, then you add in the gas, as you said, basically one trip might be what the equivalent of a gallon of gas is, and you don't have to do the driving. Someone else is doing it for you. They're taking you to the location. You don't have to pay for parking, which is ridiculous at some locations or, depending where you're going, how busy it is, et cetera. And that can be a handsome savings for people, depending on their lifestyle and where they're working or what they're doing, if they're in the city most of the time or taking public transportation, et cetera. So there can be some financial benefits.
Yeah, Bill, what you're describing sounds like it'll be $3.75, but no decimal point involved.
So I just want to clarify. $3.75 is our paratransit fare. To ride the NICE bus, it's $2.75.
Even better, okay.
Yes, and even better, if students can and employees can stop by the campus store, they offer a variety of discounted Metro cards, so the fare can be even lower.
That's we should always ask for that discount. We got to remember that, Matt. Anybody we talk to, how do we get a discount there? And
Exactly.
So, thank you for bringing that up. What is the Everyone Rides NICE program?
So Everyone Rides NICE is a foundation that we started and has since been taken over by the United Way of Long Island, where NICE goes ahead and donates. For 2022, we donated about 300,000 individual trips to the United Way, who have then gone ahead, these are trips on a Metro card. They have then distributed them to 22 affiliates for the program, and Nassau Community College is one of them, who then go ahead and these affiliates give them to clients who are most in need. So those individuals who need transit and are least able to pay for it. So for instance, if we've got students that are financially challenged right now and could really benefit from a free Metro cards to get to and from school, I urge them to go to the Student Center and to talk to them to see if they can apply and be part of this program.
And I'm told that here on campus, it's the Nest, which is the food pantry that students can get these. So if there's a student listening or a parent of a student or a relative, and they're in need for this is a great benefit that's available to them and another opportunity to save a little more money.
Absolutely.
Which we all like.
Yes.
What is the NICE Bike and Ride program all about? It sounds self-explanatory, but just in case we're missing something, does it involve anything more than bikes?
The NICE Bike and Ride program lets you bring your bicycle with you on your trip. So it's only offered on a couple of our the routes that have buses with bike racks on the front. But basically, when you can wait at your stop with your bike, when the bus comes, there's a big silver rack on the front. You pull the rack down, you can load up your bike and hop on. Like I said, it only operates on a couple of routes because not all of our buses have bike racks yet, although we have plans to expand this in the future. It only operates on the N6 Express, which runs between Hempstead and Jamaica, and in the summertime on the N88 bus, which serves Jones Beach.
I was just going to say the beach sounded like a location where you'd want the bike and be able to use it. And I guess gradually as you get into the parks and things like that, that'll be you'd be really creative with these ideas. Again, I had no idea of this. I'm not a bus rider. I didn't know about them, but some really good opportunities for people. You have something called Nice Mini. What is that?
So we're very excited about Nice Mini. Nice Mini is our new pilot service. It's a ride-share service, so it operates a little bit like Uber. If your listeners are familiar with how Uber or Lyft work, you basically can hail a ride on an app, and wherever you are, the vehicle will come pick you up and then drop you off exactly where you're going. So you don't have to worry about, does the bus go here? Where's the stop? It's a very personalized service. We're running it right now on the South Shore between Merrick and Lynbrook. And the great thing is when we start charging fares, it will be just like the bus, and you can transfer to and from the railroad, the Long Island Railroad, to the other nice bus lines. It's a fantastic service because it allows people to get around who might not live near the bus stop, and you don't have to worry about a taxi or a surge price with an Uber ride. So it's a pilot service. We just premiered it in June, and we've had a lot of great reception.
So excuse me, Bill, I'm sorry.
Sure. No,
so the plan for that would be obviously to keep the fee like a flat fee, because as you said, Uber fluctuates based on time of day and how many drivers are available. I guess the plan would be just one fee all the time.
Correct. It's one fee. There's no surge pricing. If you and I are both going to the train station, it'll pick both of us up it'll pick me up on the way to pick you up. It'll drop us both off at the train station, one and done.
That's great.
Well, and what makes it even better is we also offer free transfers to our buses from there. So let's say we have a student that lives in Oceanside. They could pick up a mini, pay the mini fare of $275, go to the Freeport train station, then take the N43, which serves the campus, and they can transfer to that N43 bus for free.
I'm looking at your titles, and Jonathan, you're the Director of Planning and Scheduling, and Erika is the Director of Marketing and Communications. So which one comes up with all these great ideas? Now I'm going to cause a fight. Watch this.
Oh, no, it's Jonathan.
Is it? No, because that really is, but it almost sounds too good. So if you're in those towns, what did you say, Lynbrook and Merrick, was it?
Yeah, the South Shore communities between Lynbrook and Merrick. So it includes Oceanside, East Rockaway, Freeport. And some of these communities already have fixed route bus service, but it doesn't go everywhere. In the case of Freeport, it doesn't. Our fixed route lines don't go all the way to the nautical mile. The Nice Mini does. So if you're on the nautical mile and you want to connect to the train station, Nice Mini is a great option.
So I could just basically call up or through the app, somehow connect and say, send a bus to my house and give them an address.
Yep.
And no, I mean, that sounds too good. I'm waiting for the catch in there.
As long as you are within the mini zone. If you go to our website, www.ridemini.com or nicebus.com and look on the mini page, we've got a large map that shows the mini zone, and you can travel anywhere within that mini zone.
It just sounds too good to be true. And no, I mean, because it sounds like you're competing with any type of paid cab, Uber, things like that. I mean, I just can't imagine a bus stopping in front of my house and go, how are you? You know, jump right on it.
Like the school bus, Bill.
Well, a school bus. I'll take any bus. I mean, if they're offering it's another great state. I mean,
yeah, it's kind of a hybrid. It's a hybrid between an Uber or a taxi and the fixed route regular bus, because we're pooling rides together, but we're keeping that cost down so you're not paying for your own ride like you are with a cab or Uber. So it's the best of both worlds.
And it's probably using the vehicles more efficiently.
Absolutely.
At times when they could be used, or passing a house where it's necessary.
Yep.
So.
It's powered by a fantastic technology that has a wonderful algorithm that takes so many things into consideration. Traffic, where everybody's trying to get to, where the driver is. It just pulls everything into one.
That's amazing. I'd love to just know who's the brain behind all the algorithms and stuff. And a lot of these apps just work that way these days. That's incredible.
Oh, sure.
I was just wanting to clarify, though, because we're talking about the Nice Mini, and it sounds like a really great thing. What kind of vehicle is it? Because Bill said a bus pull up to his house. Is it a bus or is it a car? What kind of vehicle is going to be pulling up to pick you up?
Well, like the name implies, it's a minibus.
Oh, okay.
So it's a smaller version of our big bus. It's about 20 feet long. It holds about 18 passengers.
Wow.
It's similar to the van you might take to the airport if you're on an organized trip or a shuttle of some sort. So it's kind of a cross between a private taxi and a regular 40-foot bus. It's somewhere in the middle.
That's so interesting. Like I said, I mean, I really thought it was some kind of car when you were describing it like Uber. Now, minibus, that makes a lot more sense. And you fit a lot more people in there. Maybe you have a small party with you, and that works out great.
Yep. You can ride with up to 3 guests. So you can hail a mini ride for 4 people.
I also want to point out that all of our mini vehicles are equipped with wheelchair lifts, so they're completely ADA compliant. And that really also separates us from an Uber or Lyft service, where if you've got a wheelchair, they may or may not be able to take you.
I hope a lot of people are listening to this particular show, really, because it seems what you're offering is great, and I had no idea this was available to even suggest it to someone, so I'm glad you're educating me, so thank you.
That's absolutely incredible information, Bill, and you can only get such incredible information when you are listening to My Hometown on the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC. My name is Matt Leonard, along with Bill Horan, and today you are learning about NICE. That's the Nassau Inter-County Express. The buses you see all over Nassau County. Our guests today are Jonathan Feldman, their Director of Planning and Scheduling, and Erika Richards, the Director of Marketing and Communications. Now, we talked about the NICE Mini a lot, and that's absolutely amazing, but I had another very important question that I'm sure is a concern a lot of riders have. Safety and security is obviously always a concern with public of any transit or being in public of any kind. That's a concern for a lot of people. I mean, from the pandemic to what we've seen in the New York City subways as of late, what is the NICE bus doing to ensure everyone's safety of all riders?
I'll speak a little bit to that. So from the pandemic side, we went ahead and instituted extra cleaning protocols once the pandemic kicked in, and we have continued with that. Our vehicles are cleaned and disinfected on the interior multiple times a day. Up until recently, we had required via New York State mandate that all passengers and our operators wear masks. Governor Hochul last month dropped the mask mandate. So passengers are not required to wear masks on our buses. However, if anyone feels that they need to for their own personal safety, we suggest that. But we've kept the cleaning protocols in place. There's extra filtration on our vehicles, and our vehicles are coated, all of the seatings and high-touch areas are coated with an antimicrobial film, which also fights any type of lingering bacteria or infections.
This just gets better and better, and I'm waiting for you to say that you're going to start paying us to take the bus when we get on. They'll give us, $50 or $20 or something. But you've talked about so many innovative and technological items that are to the advantage of the traveler. Is there anything else that we should know about, or something that, again, as a non-traveler, people are just not aware of?
Again, I'll talk about how integrated the technology is. If you're already a user of a great app called the Transit app, if you use it in the city to look up the buses or the subways in the city or even the city bikes in the city, it's one app. You don't have to get another app. It already has the nice routes and schedules and real-time bus locations in it. So it's a great app. If it's probably already on your phone if you use Transit at all. If not, you can download it or the NICE Go mobile app. It will have all of the same information. You can even pay your fare that way. You don't even need to get a Metro card.
So you can pay with a debit card or something on the app. You link some kind of form of payment to the app.
Yep, just like you enter your card in like the Uber app or any other app you use to pay for parking or anything else, you can put your debit or credit card in.
I want to piggyback on the technology comments Jonathan just made. We have smart stops coming to Nassau County. These would be stops that will feature real-time arrival for the routes that are coming into this stop. And next month we are installing real-time kiosks at our Mineola terminal, which will show real-time arrival of the buses as well as PSAs and some advertising revenue that we earn from those kiosks. They will go to help defray costs for our budget.
I'm sure we're going to get Starbucks and free donuts too, right? Because that's the only thing you left out.
That would be the hope.
That'll be next year. That'll be what's coming.
That's the next advancement in the technology, Bill. They're still working the kinks out on that one.
Now, I heard something about that there's a program on Nassau Community College and Nice Job Partnership.
Correct.
So can you tell us about that?
Sure. We just launched it. NICE is partnering with the college to offer flexible, part-time operator positions for students. So this would be a great, well-paying part-time job that fits with students' schedules.
When you say operator, you're referring to a bus driver?
Yes, and that would be for paratransit. So it would be operating our smaller vehicles. We have paid training, and then once students are through with the training period, we would go ahead and put them out on the road with the paratransit vehicle.
Is there some kind of commercial license, maybe like a truck driver or something like that they need to get?
Yes, there is, and we will go ahead and train you for that. I believe it's a Class B or C license that is not required for us to go ahead and hire you because we'll be doing the train for that.
And one thing I'll add to what Erika said is that transit is a fantastic career. For any of your students or listeners out there, a colleague that I work with discovered transit as a bus driver in college. Now she works in the scheduling and planning department. I know a lot of people who did it as a part-time job and then discovered, hey, this is a wonderful career. And it is. It's a fantastic space to work in.
I just want to mention to our audience, you've given us so much information and about money-saving ideas that if you didn't hear the whole show, you can go to a podcast at nccradio.org. That's nccradio.org. Just look for My Hometown, and obviously the show based on the NICE bus, N-I-C-E, meaning Nassau Inter-County Exchange, correct?
Express.
Express, I'm sorry. So I just wanted our audience to know that because you used the word nice a few times, and I'm getting used to what it means, and I still messed it up. But for anyone interested and who doesn't want to save money, that this can be a benefit, or for your neighbors and friends. So
you're pretty nice yourself, Bill.
Oh, thank you so much. The show goes much too quickly when we have guests like you. Thank you so much for all the key information you've given us. I'd like our audience to know that we've been here today talking to Jonathan Feldman, the Director of Planning and Scheduling, and Erika Richards, the Director of Marketing and Communications for the NICE bus systems here in Nassau County. We appreciate you being here. Thanks so much for being with us today.
Thank you.
Thanks, Bill. Thanks, Matt.
I'm Bill Horan. I'm here with Matt Leonard. We thank you for listening to this week's special edition of My Hometown.
We like to get your feedback on My Hometown. Send your comments to WHPC at ncc.edu. Nassau Community College, where success starts and continues. Till next time, this is Bill St. James. And remember, there's no town like your hometown.